Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, Donald Trump, after a lot of deliberation, made his pick for FBI director, and it was somebody who everybody wanted. I didn't even know this was going to happen. It seemed like, a little bit of a long shot, but realistic of a long shot that Donald Trump could pick Kash Patel, and it seemed like the grassroots base pressuring Trump to say no to a lot of these people that some bad faith actors were pushing, people like Mike Rogers, who's kind of a deep state guy. Donald Trump went with a jackhammer to lead the FBI, which has terrorized him, his past administrations, has worked to delegitimize him, colluded with social media conglomerates in order to skew results of elections, mainly the 2020 election. That FBI, even Donald Trump's own FBI that he was able to assemble, you had a lot of backstabbers. Donald Trump has been around the block before. He knows who the bad guys are. He knows who the good guys are. And for those not really sold on Kash Patel, well, you got to look a little bit into his history, because you could look at this right here. This is the same guy who recently said he would shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopen it the next day as a museum of the deep state. Then he'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops. You're cops. Go be cops. You talk about draining the swamp, getting the FBI off the back of political opponents and just going after people who are actually criminals. Go after them. Don't try to throw all these hoaxes at the leader of the free world for 4 years, because that's what happened in the last administration. Donald Trump is saying, no, I said drain the swamp last time. The swamp was something that really wrestled back quite a bit. It kind of pushed the whole drain the swamp thing into an afterthought. But after the past 4 years, seeing what they're trying to do to Trump when he's out of office, seeing what this administration is doing, it's lit a fire under Trump. And now he's putting people in power who are prioritizing draining the swamp this time. And again, he has just been this type of guy, Kash Patel, who understands the deep state, is qualified, and now Donald Trump selected him. A great selection overall. We could dive into it a little bit more, and we will, because the media is melting down. But guys, merch is back. It's official. We're back. We got a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going on. Again, you guys can buy 2, get 1 free on all items in the store, and you can buy 5, get 2 free, and items can be mixed and matched. It doesn't matter what category. We have the Christmas collection. We have ornaments. We have coffee mugs. We got the Unburdened by What Has Been coffee mug with the new election map. That is beautiful, and it's on sale too for a limited time. We got all these great designs and more. We even have candles now. We've got bestsellers, our mugs, ornaments, t-shirts, hoodies, crew neck sweatshirts, long sleeve tees, blankets, posters, wrapping paper even, scented candles, and hats. And make sure you guys can check it out. We got all these 5-star reviews. Everybody loves the merch when they buy it, even the skeptics. I recommend you guys, at a minimum, just check out the store. You don't have to buy anything, but if something catches your eye, you can take advantage of it. Buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 5, get 2 free at the Red Eagle Politics merchandise Black Friday sale at shop.redeaglepolitics.com. The link will be in the description and pinned comment down below. So, the merch is great, and that's true, but it's not as great as this selection, because this is one of Donald Trump's most consequential cabinet picks, and there's no excuse for this guy. It's not like a Matt Gaetz situation where they're going to be able to say, well, this guy's like off the field behavior is a little, you're a little skeptical, or there's not a lot of experience in like the traditional AG field. Kash Patel is extraordinarily qualified, and they know it, and it scares them. And you would have loved to have Matt Gaetz in there too. You have a 1-2 punch, but Gaetz is still going to be around in some form. He'll likely be a special prosecutor. And then you have Kash Patel at the FBI gutting the deep state. All of Donald Trump's picks in the intelligence department, all of his picks basically domestically, and a lot of the picks on the more, I guess you would say, foreign policy side of things, they're all decent. At a minimum, they're big improvements, and at maximum, they are just phenomenal picks. And that's exactly what we've needed. It is true that there's some that have more to prove to some people than others. There's some that are more meh than others. But the truth is, the meh picks this time would have been like the greatest picks in the previous administration. That's how far we've come this time around. And now you have Kash Patel, who is somebody that is sending the deep state into total panic mode. If you look and see what the former Trump FBI director, somebody who was anti-Trump, is saying about this appointment. If you're not sold on this appointment, this guy right here should sell you. Take a listen to this.
Andrew, I just want to start first with you and just get your reaction to this news tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible development for the men and women of the FBI and also for the nation that depends on a highly functioning, professional, independent Federal Bureau of Investigation. The fact that Kash Patel is profoundly unqualified for this job is not even like a matter for debate. So I think what we should really be thinking about right now is, what does this signal in terms of Donald Trump's intent for the FBI? The installation, or the nomination, I guess we should say at this point, of Kash Patel as FBI director can only possibly be a plan to disrupt, to dismantle, to distract the FBI.
So you're already out of the gate. You have the former swamp creature coming out and saying, you know, this word salad. It was like Kamala Harris tier, where he says he's unqualified, and then he goes on to say he's going to dismantle, he's going to disrupt. Good. That's what we want. We don't want this bloated bureaucracy that is weaponized against the base and the American people at large and the political opponents of the current regime in power in Washington that's been in power. They call it the deep state because even if you have Trump in office, even if you have a Republican trifecta, whatever, still you have the uniparty, you have the deep state. It's always there. You can't root it out effectively. It takes a wrecking ball to a DC to go out there and do that, and that includes Trump putting people around him that know what they're doing. He says unqualified. You know, he uses that term. Look how qualified he truly is. He has the resume of somebody who is more than qualified to be in this position. By the way, I don't really look at the term qualified like it is the be-all and end-all. That's the cope they use. You know, it is true. Oh, well, you know, this person has passed over this person with more of expertise. It's like, well, maybe that person's just better overall and would do the job better. And I guess you would say fit that role in a position that is, you know, of somebody that we need, instead of putting someone qualified, as they say in there, that is not exactly going to do a job that's going to be in the best interest of the American people. But you talk about being the chief of staff in the Department of Defense. You talk about being the deputy director of national intelligence, working with Trump on all of these councils, working as special prosecutors overall. You know, this is definitely a candidate for this position who more than hits the necessary qualifications for FBI director. But still, you see, they are panicking. They are panicking, saying, oh, well, this is somebody that's going to come in here and use the position for the political agenda. That's what they've been doing for how long in this country? How long have they been doing that in this country? They've been doing it for a very long time. They weaponized the Department of Justice against Donald Trump. In the 2020 election, they colluded with what was Twitter back then, and I'm sure they did it with other social media networks to make sure that certain things that were true, like the Biden laptop story, were censored, and there's proof that it altered possibly millions of votes as a result in the country. That is something a third world country would do under the guise of, you know, the free world, the intelligence agencies, our beloved institutions, they say, that have wronged us and failed us, and they need to be cleaned out. The FBI, what does it do? It harasses the American people time and time again, including political opponents. And now you have somebody that's going to be going in there that is going to be extremely effective because he is qualified. That's the thing. They say no, he's more than qualified, which is what makes him so, I guess you would even dare to use the term dangerous in terms of the power structure that these people want to uphold in DC. And you can see the media now, even though they're becoming more irrelevant than ever. Nobody watches CNN anymore. The ratings, even at MSNBC, which is where, you know, the left gets their most attention, they're falling significantly. And what cabinet pick did the mainstream media freak out about last time? they at times praised picks like Nikki Haley and some of these other characters that were introduced. Of course, they had a meltdown over people like, Steve Bannon joining as an advisor, people like Stephen Miller, who's back, by the way, in a more prominent role this time around. But a lot of the bad actors that were put in the first Trump cabinet, these people didn't have a negative word to say about these people. I guess they criticized Trump a little bit too much for not engaging in like DEI hires or whatever, but like the people they did criticize, like Jeff Sessions, who was known for, being like a tough on immigration senator at the time, like he easily fell in line. By the time the Russia hoax came and he didn't really do anything to help Trump through that, the press basically got off their cases. They even said these people are the adults in the room. Remember when Trump was running this time around, the mainstream media said, well, this time he's not going to have a cabinet to rein him in. The last cabinet reined him in. Well, yeah, because they held back his agenda that the people voted for, that the people wanted. And that's the way it goes. Now they want to lecture people on what they voted for and what they didn't vote for. It's like, yeah, people voted to enact change in Washington. They voted for an unconventional president who promised to do exactly what he's trying to do right now with picking people like Patel, draining the swamp. That's what he's trying to do. If anything, you could say he should have done it more in the first term, but Trump is somebody who never had been to Washington very much in his career. He didn't know who these people are. Now he knows who everybody is, and they know it, and they're freaking out. And the more they freak out and melt down, the more it confirms that Donald Trump's cabinet he's putting together is a very solid cabinet. And this is an amazing pick and one of the best picks that he's made so far to date. And it seems like that cabinet is really, really coming together. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.